Aliens: Dark Descent is a squad-based real-time stealth strategy game and is, as expected, based on the Alien franchise, and it was developed by Tindalos Interactive out of France, released 20th of June this year with a price tag of $49 and is available on the consoles and to Windows. In Aliens: Dark Descent, you command a squad of colonial marines with a mission to stop a xenomorph outbreak on planet Lethe. The game takes place in the year 2198, which is 19 years after the events of the original trilogy movies. To start off, I'm not the biggest fan of stealth-based games, as I am the kind of guy that likes to go into situations with guns blazing, and my motto in gaming is, when in doubt, shoryuken! But in Aliens: Dark Descent, stealth is a requirement, and I was struggling at first, but after a bunch of game overs, I got the grip of how to play, and I must say that the gameplay is good in this one. You have a mission-based structure, and on every mission there will be different objectives to be completed, some compulsory and some optional. The maps are huge, and maintaining a good overview of the levels is absolutely critical. To your aid, you have motion detectors to set up that you can also trigger to act as a distraction. A mission will take anything from 20 minutes to 1 hour to complete, and that is if you manage to keep your squad alive all the way throughout without having to restart a couple of times. If one of your marines dies during a mission, they'll be gone permanently. Your initial 4-man squad moves in cohesion, and you move your team with a right click and double right click to run, and with the left mouse button you use a flashlight to see and highlight resources and data pads that are scattered over the map. The squad auto-fires if spotted by an enemy if they're walking, but not if they're running. To issue special commands like grenade throwing, suppressive fire, close combat shotguns, or use medipacks, you press spacebar, which triggers a slow motion, so you'll have plenty of time to plan your strategy according to the threat at hand. You have a limited amount of command points at your disposal, and when they are used up, they'll take some time to recharge. Engaging with enemies in battle, or even being spotted, raises the aggression level from the Xenomorphs, as you can see by a meter in the top right corner of the screen. As it fills up, there will be more enemies coming at you, and from time to time there will also be a so-called horde attack, and they will attack you in large amounts. There's more at hand than just aggressive levels to consider, as you'll also have to manage your squad members' stress levels, which are indicated by a heartbeat icon in the Marine's display panel. Stress goes up when you engage in combat with the Xenomorph and has 3 levels. It's anxious, panicked and terrified, and when you reach terrified, your Marine will suffer from trauma, which will have negative traits when in combat. There are 11 traumas in total, and some of these traumas are paranoid, which makes the Marine take stress damage if you have more than 3 active Marines in the squad, which you always will try to have. They can become hypochondriac, which manifests in the Marine suffering from stress damage if the squad doesn't have any medical supplies, and for example obsessive, which increases the time required to reload, and so on. To keep your stress levels low, you can construct shelters while deployed, which you can do by welding the doors to a room shut. This will protect the squad from both threats and give them the ability to recover from stress, which decreases the risk of getting negative traits, and this will also auto-save the game. There's no manual saving in Aliens: Dark Descent, so resting is one of few ways to save the game. In between missions, you are escorted to the USS Otago, which is a spaceship that acts as your home base. And on the USS Otago, you can upgrade and customize your characters, you can heal them in the medic bay, have them undergo therapy to get rid of traumas, research alien technology that'll come in handy during the missions, and so on. There's also resource management at hand, as anything you get from the huge consistent maps can be brought back to base and gets added to a stockpile. So resource hoarding is a must, I'd say. But you have carrying capacity limits, so it's not a good idea to deploy your squad with full tools, medikits or sentry guns, because that will mean that you won't be able to pick up and bring back more things to add to the stockpile. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game, and it all works out quite well. The music and sound effects are great, and they contribute strongly to the tense and somewhat nerve-wracking gameplay. And I think the developers have done a real good job in mediating the atmosphere and sense of urgency from the Alien movies, as there's this constant sense of impending doom that keeps you on your toes from start to finish. One wrong tactical decision can get parts off or your entire squad killed, and since there's permadeath, you'll lose your dead Marine forever. You'll be struggling with your Marines being tired, half of them suffering from traumas, and others just die on you. This game took me around 15 hours on normal difficulty level to complete, and well, I can't really demand much more from a game in the Alien franchise, so the score ends up on 8 out of 10. If you are a fan of the Alien movies, enjoy tactical stealth games, and you're in the mood for some tense, nerve-wracking Alien gameplay, this is a game for you, worth its asking price of $49. Peace out, peeps.
Stay alert, squad.
Bring them down! What's
out! Move on!